Good morning, everybody, and I'm so pleased to be here this morning. Thank you for the invitation to present. Let's dance first.
Hey, let's start with Above the Rainbow. And you don't need a partner. You just gotta have a little space. And I'll scoot back so you can see my feet. The pattern, the international sign for quiet that every parrot in the lunchroom knows, will be throughout the whole dance, but it's in your feet. And the first way that pattern is gonna manifest itself is with your toe, right, left, doesn't matter, to the front, to the side, and then a other toe. Front, side, finish the pattern. Then you have to go back to the first foot and you're gonna stomp it and give it a little kick. Finish the pattern, other foot. Stomp, kick, finish the pattern. Let's do that much so you don't forget. Start with your toe and here we go. Now we're gonna grapevine. I'm gonna grapevine to my right. Go. Step, step, finish the pattern, other way. Step, step, finish the pattern. Now I'm gonna walk towards you, and as I'm walking, I'm also gonna be turning around. In other words, step, step, turn around. Now I'm gonna walk forward towards that wall. Step, step, that is all. Then we repeat the whole dance again, but we face that wall because it's a 2-wall dance as opposed to a 4-wall dance. So we're either gonna face this wall or that wall, this wall, that wall. Start facing this way. Let's put it all together. 1 and 2 with your toe ready, go. It's a toe. We do it again. The whole dance starts again. Wait here, I'll go turn on the music. Love this music, but it's got a long intro. Wait for it.
So today is not just about dance. I really wanted to show you my process for how I teach various dances, and I'd really love for it if you could come into my classroom and see how I do it. Not that I'm great. It's just that, you don't really oftentimes get to see other people teach the dances. We all learn dances and we go to conferences and we go to sessions and you're like, oh, that was fun. Now, how am I going to get my kids to do that? So that's really what today's session focuses on. As you're watching, you might see some validation. Oh, that's how I do it. Oh, good. I feel better. Or you might see some things you're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I'll try it. Or the whole thing might be a complete and utter waste of your time because you'll be like, I'm never going to teach it that way. And I will put the disclaimer out there that these are real life children. And they are not, sometimes don't get it all perfect, but boy, it's joyful and fun in the whole process. I started the video with the finished product. Okay, here's what it looks like when the children got it done. And then let's go back in time 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll show you what I did to get there. And then again, I'll show you that final product with me doing the calling. See, you might notice here, I spent a lot of time the last couple of years after learning from my mentor, teaching the children how to find a partner. Because I think for the first 32 years of my teaching, I was like, okay, everyone, find a partner. Okay, make a circle. And that didn't always work. It's so, there's a process. I make eye contact. You'll see me teach this to the children. Eye contact, smile, and then ask the people a polite question. This year, talking about how to accept being a partner. I always had the rule, once I started doing this how to find a partner thing, I had the rule of in music class, you have to say yes to whoever asks you. You have to be a nice yes. And so we've started to talk about that as well. You'll also see I use callbacks a lot. What do I use a lot of? Callbacks. I also use praise liberally, like you all do. Hey, Lila, you got it. Keep it up. And trying to focus on what I like that I'm seeing that I like, as opposed to Lila, get it together. But rather trying to focus on the positive. Then I've also tried for many years since I learned this from another mentor, Sana Longden, not to count. Okay, we're going to take 8 steps this way and we're going to take 8 steps back. How about, okay, we're going to go this way until the music changes. And then when the music changes, the end of the phrase, we're going to come back. So I think that leads to children that listen. When the music changes, you change. As let's go into my classroom, and it's the special dance that I know called up and down. What's it called?
Up and down.
And of course, for up and down, you're going to, not yet, but soon, you will need a partner. Wait a minute. Before we find partners, raise your hand if you remember the steps to finding a partner. Maddie, what's the first step? Everybody find a partner. Right now, that you get to do first is this fantastic thing called thread the needle. Raise your hand if you have ever done any sewing like the picture on the board. A lot of you have. This is the needle of it. And this right here is the hole of the needle. They call it the eye of the needle. What do they call it?
The eye.
And it's not easy to sew, Jamie.